You could tell or not, but I've done a couple of races over the years, anywhere from 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon, bunch in between. If you like running, if you love running, if you hate running, the information I'm about to share is extremely valuable for you, particularly for this time of year, for summer. So let me get to my office. We'll continue with this.
Well, hello, everyone. Allow me to do a proper introduction. My name is Dr. David Orman, and you're listening to the Wellness Shot for the week of June 15th. So, as I mentioned, if you love running, if you're active outside, cycling, whatever the case may be, or you're just gardening, walking the dog, particularly in the summer, the dog days of summer, as they say, people, of course, have a tendency to perspire quite a bit. And in the process, we lose a lot of potassium, we lose a lot of sodium. And the consensus is, drink water. Whereas that's, of course, a good idea. There are times when too much water actually causes a problem. And there's a term called hyponatremia. Hyponatremia is a condition where the sodium levels become too low, usually because of excessive water consumption, and the ratio of sodium to water gets out of balance. So when that occurs, you get these particular symptoms: headache, fatigue, confusion, nausea, stomach cramps, muscle cramps, and in severe cases, you can get seizures. At various marathons I've been to over the years, we've had a number of people who have experienced that, and it required hospitalization. One person even died in the Disney Marathon about 10, 12 years ago because of that issue. And so you have to be careful with the amount of water that is consumed. But there are also ways to prevent this that are safe, that are healthy, and best of all, they're easy to do. Number one, drink water according to thirst, not according to a schedule or according to time. So, in other words, it's every hour on the hour, I have to have something to drink. No, I'm thirsty, drink. I'm not thirsty, don't drink. That simple. Number two, replace electrolytes or have an electrolyte e- electrolyte, there we go, drink while you're very active. So if you're cycling or if you're walking or what have you, look at one of the sports drinks. And the one I think is still the best is clear Gatorade. Remember, one summer I decided I'm going to make my own. And so I got all the ingredients, put it together, and I'm looking at this. I'm thinking, this looks familiar. And it was almost identical to clear Gatorade. What you do want to avoid are the ones that have blue dye number this and yellow dye number that and all that kind of stuff. So we have drink water according to thirst, replace electrolytes during competition or during activity, let's say, and afterwards, of course. I'll get to that one in a little bit too. Eat a balanced diet that contains adequate amounts of healthy sodium. That doesn't necessarily mean you just load up with table salt. You look at foods that are naturally high in sodium, olives, celery. Those are two that come to mind. You could also add Celtic salt or pink Himalayan salt. They also contain high levels of trace minerals, which is another great thing to include. Be cautious of overconsumption of water. That would be at the top of the list. Again, great idea under most conditions, but when the temperature becomes extreme or your system gets really, really overheated, that can cause a major problem. So, what to do? What are great supplements, or what's a great regimen to follow? Afterwards, so you did a 10-mile run or a 15-mile bike, or you worked out in the yard for an hour and a half, and you're soaked. So sodium is the number one thing you want to add, so you can cook with it. You can. There is a supplement called Calamo, Cal-AMO, that is a naturally occurring sodium, which is healthy, and that can help sodium replacement. Potassium is another big one, and you can argue, 1 and 1A, they're kind of brother and sister, almost identical twins, because one will help the improvement of the absorption of the other. And sodium, the ratio or the rate of sodium, the amount of sodium that is required according to the RDA is 99 milligrams, which is absurdly low. When a person sweats quite a bit, you're looking at anywhere from 2 to 6 times the amount. Of course, you could space that amount out over a period of a few hours. But 99 milligrams is way too low. Sometimes people will take 3 or 4 times the amount at once. That's not a bad idea, but sometimes it feels like you get palpitations afterwards. You're better off spacing it out, letting the body absorb it a piece at a time. That way you avoid any type of side effect. So you don't have to be a runner, you don't have to be an athlete, you don't have to be working out. Just know that when you are in this type of weather, hot, humid, perspiring a lot, even if it's indoors, look at sodium replacement, look at potassium replacement, and be careful of the amount of water that is consumed. Hyponatremia is very serious. It is not uncommon, so be careful. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you next week.